guys, so today we're going to be making some candy sushi. As you see, I've already started to make some here. What you are going to need are Rice Krispie treats, some Swedish fish if you wanted to make fish sushi. I use some gummy worms. If you have fruit snacks, that work too. Either a fruit by the foot or a fruit roll-up. A knife. You can use a rolling pin if you want to get it flat. I have a pair of food gloves because I don't like the stickiness of that, and I'm going to use this. It's just a circular cutout. You can use a cup. If you happen to have a cookie cutter that's a circle, that works too, so that we can make our circular sushi. So the first thing we are going to do is flatten out our Rice Krispie treats a little bit so that they are big enough to make a circle. My circle, as you see, is a little too big, so I'm gonna have to flatten it out a little. Rice Krispie treats are made of marshmallow, so if you hold them in your hands, they will warm up and they become pretty easy to flatten out. I don't want it all the way flat. I just want it flat enough so where I can make my circle, and then I'm actually gonna kind of push it back together like this. So the first thing we're gonna do is flatten it out. You can use your rolling pin, or you can just push it in between your hands. That's why I'm wearing my gloves. And then we're gonna take our cookie cutter or whatever you're using to cut and just push down to make a circle. And so we can peel off the excess here. And as you can see, it makes a fairly nice circle. And then, like I said, I had flattened it. I want it a little bit thicker, so we're gonna just go ahead and squeeze it all back together. So if you've had sushi before, it's usually wrapped with seaweed. I could not find any green fruit by the foot, so we're just gonna use red and use our imaginations. So as you can see, now I've made it into a little bit of a thicker circle. So when we wrap our fruit by the foot around it, it's not too big. So we'll put that to the side. I used these little excess bits for the bottom of this little sushi, so you can do that with it, or if you're hungry, you can just eat it right away. It's up to you. So we'll just put this aside. Okay, so then now I'm gonna take my gloves off since I said I just was using them for the stickiness. And if it's just me touching it, that is okay. So next we're gonna use our fruit by the foot. We're gonna take it and wrap it around. You can do it a little bit longer, that's okay. And we'll peel off our paper. Side, and then just wrap it around. So we have the beginnings of our sushi. You can see it's looking great already. So now a lot of times sushi will come with little caviar on top, little different things on top. So that's what we are going to use our gummy worms or fruit snacks for. You will need a fairly sharp knife, so if you need help from an adult, please ask. They're a little bit tricky to cut. You can just a little snip and a little cut. I'm just doing a couple. So I'll just start with 4. You can do as many as you want. I'm just doing a few just so you get the idea. Okay, so if you wanted to, you could also just make a square sushi. Like I said, with this, or rectangle sushi, I use the little excess. If you wanted to use a new piece, you could do a completely new piece of your Rice Krispie treat. You could get as creative with this as you want. That's really completely up to you. So for this, we have our Swedish fish. I'm just gonna wrap this around to measure how much. Good. Just gonna rip it off here. And I used this just to kind of look cool. Fold it in half so it doesn't cover all of the Rice Krispie treat, and wrap it around here and put our little fish right on top. Little fish sushis like this are called sashimi. You may have seen them at the sushi place. And like I said, you can get creative with the rest of this. If you want to make more squares, you can use this one. It looks like we'll have enough for this to make another round piece of sushi. Maybe you want to do something inside your sushi, like put some of the worm inside, so we can roll that out. Cut a little piece. You know, some sushis have stuff in the middle. We can stick that in the middle of our sushi. So you'll see when we do it, it'll have something sticking out in the middle, which is kind of fun. You can really get as creative with this as possible. The things, like I said, that you definitely need though are Rice Krispie treats, because that's what you make the sushi out of. And I think the Swedish fish look nice because it's fish. And I should have worn my gloves. As you guys see now from handling this, I have the Rice Krispie treat all over my fingers. So we'll wrap it back up and just continue to get as creative as possible. And this actually also helps to hold the sushi together. So we have over here an entire nice little plate of sushi. If you guys make these at home, please send us pictures. We would love to see what you have done and the different creative things that you were able to do. And that's about it. Thank you.